Time right now is 6:45. Let's turn to the state of education as Arizona's dual language debate heads to the courtroom. Superintendent of Public Instruction Tom Horne is suing the Creighton School District in Phoenix, claiming one of the ways they're teaching English to students is breaking Arizona law and is not what voters in our state want. So ABC 15's Nick Soletti, you've been staying on top of this issue for quite some time now, Nick. So what is the legal argument behind this?
Yeah, and it's a confusing one at times. So Horne is referencing Prop 203, passed by voters in 2000. So it says that English language learners must be taught in English. Now, his lawsuit doesn't impact all dual language learning models, just one, where English language learners spend half the day in English and the other half in Spanish. So he says in order to comply with the state law, those students would need to prove that they're proficient in English first and then get a waiver. But not everyone agrees with this interpretation. Dozens of schools across the state use that 50-50 model. In fact, in 2019, the legislature passed a law allowing the State Board of Education to come up with 4 different models to integrate English language learners more with other kids and try to improve outcomes. So Horne says it's about ideology and that this method isn't working, but supporters say it is working and it's helping other students at the same time. So this morning, I'm bringing you both sides of the dual language debate.
Hola, mi nombre es Ellie.
Even though she didn't grow up speaking Spanish,
Es un gato.
as you can see, and most importantly hear, Ellie O'Connor has really mastered the language.
What do you like so much about speaking Spanish?
I like speaking Spanish because I can talk to other Spanish people in the community.
And that also means speaking Spanish with her classmates, half of which, Ellie says, are native speakers.
What do you think of having native speakers in your classes?
It's kind of interesting because I can learn more about them and see how they act and how they are special in every way.
But if a lawsuit moves forward, there may not be as many English language learners in Ellie's class.
Well, it's about 2 things. It's about legality and it's about what's best for the students.
Superintendent of Public Instruction Tom Horne and the Arizona Department of Education are behind this lawsuit filed in September that challenges the Creighton School District, where Ellie is a 4th grader at Biltmore Prep Academy, saying the 50-50 dual language model the district is using is actually breaking Arizona law.
So for anybody who can read the English language, it's clear that dual language is a violation of the initiative that was passed by overwhelming majority, over 60% of the voters.
Horne is talking about this, Prop 203, a law Arizona voters passed in 2000. Horne's lawsuit cites this part, saying, quote, all children in Arizona public schools shall be taught English by being taught in English, and all children should be placed in English language classrooms.
Fast forward to 2019. That's when the legislature came up with a new law that gave the State Board of Education more leeway to teach English language learners. So what they came up with were 4 different models to go about that.
They have to become proficient in English because they're going to have to operate in this country, and they're going to have to learn in American schools.
Horne has even threatened to yank funding from schools found in violation of Prop 203. Some have disputed whether Horne even has the legal authority to do that.
There are some people who say that what you're doing is an overreach. What is your response to that?
On the contrary, overreach is a silly thing to say. All I'm doing is what's best for the students and what's in conformity with the law. Happily, the 2 things are the same.
But not everyone agrees.
We are finally realizing, hey, if we just know one language, it's really not enough.
In 2022, I introduced you to Maria Salas Murphy, who helped create one of the first dual language programs in the Valley back in the 90s when she had just started working for Gilbert Public Schools. For Maria, it's also very personal.
I was seeing the needs of our ELL population in Gilbert. Those students are near and dear to my heart because I was one of them.
Ellie's dad says being in a classroom with English language learners also helps his daughter at the same time.
For me, it comes down to being able to build those bridges with other people that we encounter on an everyday basis here in Arizona. But, this is kind of like an additional superpower that kids in the class are working on.
So that hearing is at 10 a.m. tomorrow in Maricopa County Superior Court. Count on ABC 15 to cover what exactly happens. Meantime, Superintendent Horne tells me if the case doesn't go his way at this level, his office is planning to appeal.